Greetings everyone, and welcome to my coin collection. Today's coins are a set of circulating krona from the nation of Sweden, released in 2001. In English, the currency is sometimes referred to as the Swedish crown, as krona means crown in Swedish. One krona is subdivided into 100 öre, which is ultimately derived from the Latin word for gold, aurum. However, from the 30th of September 2010, all öre coins were discontinued. Goods can still be priced in öre, but all sums are rounded to the nearest krona when paying with cash. Foreign coins have circulated in Sweden since the 3rd century, first Roman denarii and solidi, and since the Viking Age the Islamic dirham and the German pfennige and Anglo-Saxon pennies. They began producing their own coins in 995 CE in Sigtuna, which is not far from Stockholm, the modern capital. Their coins imitated English types with inscriptions in the names of the kings Olaf and his son Anund Jakob. That initial monetary system was based upon the weights of precious metals, initially in silver, but by the second half of the 16th century gold coinage was also being minted. Because Sweden was the world's largest producer of copper, extensive copper coinage began in 1624. This included the 10 daler piece, which weighed 19.7 kilos and is the world's largest coin. Nearly all copper coins were minted at Avesta in Dalecarlia, which closed its doors in 1832, while gold and silver were minted in Stockholm. In 1777, the riksdaler became the main unit of currency, divided into 48 skillingar. However, in 1858, the riksdaler was decimalised to be worth 100 öre. As mentioned in a previous video on Norway, in 1873 the Scandinavian Monetary Union was formed and the krona was introduced on the gold standard. The union broke up in 1917 and the gold standard was abandoned in 1931. Today, gold and silver are reserved for commemorative coins. However, as in a number of other countries, some of the older krona still contain silver, 80% until 1942 and 40% until 1968. In 1974, the Swedish mint moved to Eskilstuna. The smallest coin at the time these were produced was the 50 öre. As you can see, it is made of a copper, nickel and tin alloy. Here on the reverse, the value is in the centre above the denomination, while the country name is above. To the right of öre is the mint mark, while at the left is the first initial of the surname of the governor of the Riksbank. On the 1 krona coin, unsurprisingly, the royal crown of Sweden lies between the mint mark at left and the Riksbank governor's initial at the right. Around the top is the king's motto, för Sverige i tiden, which means for Sweden with the times, and below is the coin's value. Perhaps appropriately for those who think of Sweden as a cold country, 2 snowflakes lie either side of the large numeral on the 5 krona. If you look closely at the mint mark in the top left, you'll see it resembles a capital letter E. However, the central horizontal line is in the shape of a hammer, representing how coins used to be minted. Made from Nordic gold, a copper, aluminium, zinc and tin blend, the 10 krona features 3 crowns, which have the large values superimposed on them. Once again, the king's motto is at the top of the coin, with the various marks on either side. The last item in this set is a copper mint set token. Here on the reverse we see lines of letters and symbols which refer to Sweden in different types of language. @.se, their internet country top-level domain code, binary code, Braille, Morse code, Old Swedish, runes, and at the bottom a pictograph of a Viking ship. The current King of Sweden is Carl XVI Gustaf. He's the youngest child and only son of Prince Gustaf Adolf, Duke of Vlasterbotten, and Princess Sibylla of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. His father died on the 26th of January 1947 in an airplane crash, when Carl Gustaf was only 9 months old. Following the death of his great-grandfather, King Gustaf V in 1950, Gustaf Adolf ascended the throne, and thus Carl Gustaf became Sweden's new crown prince and heir apparent at the age of 4. He ascended the throne on the death of his grandfather on September 15, 1973. The obverse of the 50 öre features 3 crowns and the year of mintage. On the 1 krona, we see the portrait of the king surrounded by the words Carl XVI Gustaf, Sveriges Konung, King of Sweden, and the year date. The 5 krona bears the country name and the year date around the top, above the royal crown with the royal monogram below it. Similar to the 1 krona, the 10 krona features the portrait, description, and year date. The obverse side of the copper medal is divided into 4 equal sectors containing 3 stylized crowns at the top, a network to the right, letters at the base, and gear wheels to the left. Unlike some countries, the Swedish Mint only produces a limited number of different coins, but I find the designs striking and the history behind them is fascinating. I hope you've enjoyed looking at them with me. If you have, please like the video and leave a comment down below. You might also consider subscribing to my channel to ensure that you do not miss any of the upcoming videos from my collection.